I find it hard to see how they win a game. And I'm not trying to be an asshole and be hard. It's potentially the worst team we've ever seen take an AFL field. Everyone's saying this team will win a game all year, and I couldn't agree more. I think I probably started it. Mm-hmm. I ran with this earlier. I went on their list and said, I don't know shit all about this team. Where's Dusty gone?
Yeah.
Where's Rioli?
Totally.
Where's Baker? Or where are all the premiership stars? Honestly, if they don't win by 10 plus goals, it's a loss. I just don't see how they even get closer from here.
This is officially the darkest day in Carlton's history. This is bottom of the bottom. I'm Richmond, guys. This is...
Welcome back. Great to have you on this beautiful Wednesday, wherever you are, however you're listening. We're just glad that you're with us. A new round, new opportunity. Time to forget what happened last round. Totally put it behind us. That doesn't exist. It never happened. All that matters right now is round 2 is ahead of us. It starts tomorrow night. Ollie, we're both excited for this.
Absolutely. Now, you know how I didn't say anything negative about Carlton for you? I was here for you. I'm going to do it one more time. Yeah, just do that button up.
Yep.
Yeah. Your belly button was staring down the barrel of the lens, and I know how brutal and honest YouTube can be.
Yep.
But you're looking great today.
Thank you. Feel good.
You're in your business suit.
In my business suit. As we know, this is a business trip to the MCG tomorrow.
Yep.
And I take that very seriously. It's a tax deduction as well. So we'll be claiming everything that I consume, everything I purchase at the Loud House. That will be going straight to the ATO to let them know that, this is business.
This is work.
So, I'm in the suit. This is going to be a no laughing episode.
No.
Don't think I'll laugh because we are backs against the wall right now. Firmly pressed against the wall. Big game coming up tomorrow. Unfortunately as well, on the Friday ep, it's another Carlton review. Now, I say unfortunately. I feel like a lot of people say fortunately. So that could be tears.
How many Thursdays have you got?
Hopefully no more after this.
Yeah.
I can't keep doing Friday reviews of games. So we'll see. On Friday, I'll either be in tears or we'll be going, we are back in town. Footy maths means we're the best team in the comp. But big round 1. I didn't see this until yesterday. Biggest round 1 attendance for the AFL ever. That's big. 431,505 fans pushed through turnstiles.
That's amazing.
That's a lot.
Now, I don't know if it's because we work in the space that we do, but I have actually been saying to a few people, they go, are you excited for the start of the year? And I'm like, there does feel to be an extra buzz around. But it could be because I'm with you every day and we talk about it every day. But it does genuinely feel like that doesn't surprise me.
Well, the clock's ticking for everyone. We're not getting younger.
That's true.
Like, everyone needs to see their team win a flag. Saints fans definitely do.
Yeah.
So everyone's in a rush at the moment, Footy's, it's fun, but also controls our lives.
Yeah.
And we only have a limited time on this planet to hopefully reap some awards and see our teams win a flag.
Just a quick one for you. Thursday, the 8th of April, Collingwood, Carlton. So we will have...
Is that next week?
That is round 4.
Oh, they got to stop giving us Thursday night games.
So just prepare for that one.
I'm putting an absolute petition out for the AFL to stop giving us Thursday night games purely because the pod can't handle the Friday. Like, the machine breaks in the back end with everyone tuning in.
Oh, yeah. You think it took a while to tune in. It's because you have to recover all the footage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it takes a long time. Before we get into football stuff, do you see the story about this woman who was selling dead people's toes online?
Allegedly.
Well, no, I think she definitely was.
Oh, she was?
She definitely, yeah.
Well, I heard that because it was the headline before Footy Classified on Monday night. And I went, sorry?
Yeah.
Like, that sort of between maths and Footy Class.
Yeah.
As the old mate said.
That's a shit show.
And they went, a Lilydale woman avoids jail time after selling a dead man's toes on the internet.
Okay. We're not going to ignore that headline.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Footy Class can wait.
Yeah, so sorry. She was selling what?
That is
absolutely
just
unbelievable.
wild.
So if you didn't hear this, she worked at an animal shelter and then 2 dogs came in whose owner had passed away and had been dead for some time. And the dogs were like, well, we're very hungry. We're going to start eating this guy's foot and consume 2 toes. Then when they got to the animal shelter, the dogs were obviously sick because they were eating human toes and vomited them up. And the lady who was working at the animal shelter was like, yeah, I'll throw those toes out. Went to throw them out and had like the light bulb moment, which she thought was like, hold on, I could actually sell these toes on like the dark web online. Told her daughter that she could fetch like $400 for the toes. Anyway, she puts them on like this Facebook page, and then someone in that group obviously was like, hey, we're all for like some weird things, but that's just a dead person's toes for $400. That doesn't seem right. And then it came through to us because we saw the news, but then I was like, oh, I'll check the DMs every night to see what's going on, if there's any news floating around. And I checked it. And there were, weirdly, I don't want to say who they were because I don't want to out them, but someone in that group who sent this woman's profile photos to us. And she had Collingwood merch on in the photos. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is like a Collingwood thing that they're doing, if it was a Collingwood group, Facebook group. But this Collingwood fan was selling dead people's toes.
Tickets are expensive, Dan.
Anything for tickets, yeah. And new merch. I mean, the new, every year there's new merch.
Yeah.
You need to find ways to come up with that money. Unbelievable scenes.
That is one of the wildest stories.
Poor dogs.
Well, it's nice to know, isn't it, that if you passed away, Madden would, go,
Wouldn't take long.
No.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long at all. I was going to ask you, how long would it take for you to eat someone's toes? If we both, say that door locked right there, and you and I both are locked in here.
Well, you're eating mine first. There's no way I'm getting to yours.
So how long do you reckon you could reasonably go days-wise before you're like, you know what, I just have to eat your toes?
Well,
I have to eat something of you.
Well, I've already got 7 standing orders for a McDonald's delivery, so we should be fine for a bit.
Yeah.
Just for those extra Baz points.
Yeah. Baz points. But realistically, we're talking 3 days?
I could go 3 days. If we had water...
Well, that's not putting up a fight, mate. 3 days is short.
Yeah, you're right. Probably...
Stand by 3 days.
3 days before we're starting to go...
Consider it.
We need to start thinking about plan B here.
Okay.
I think that's fair. And then maybe a week being like, right, let's get...
Yeah, right.
Let's get the pigs out.
Fair enough. Good to know.
I wouldn't sell them, though.
No, well, I'm glad you wouldn't. How are the Baz points going as well, by the way?
Well...
He's playing hard to get.
He is playing hard to get. A lot of people thought that I was with him on Monday night.
You weren't when you put up the Harry Potter story?
No.
Which one was he watching?
It's part 1, 7 part 1.
Oh, so boring.
To be honest, not my favourite either.
That's what I thought. That's
it sets up part 2. So, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what he's trying to say, but he knows what he's doing.
He's playing hard to get. And again, just confirming no reply to the voice note.
No.
Do you hit him with another one? That's just the chains coming off the lid. That should not be happening.
Put those back on.
Put those straight back on. Okay, so... Sorry about that, everyone. So he's playing hard to get.
He's playing hard to get. I think
you should hit him up again.
I'll hit him up on Friday because we've got the Cats this weekend on our turf.
Okay, so on Friday's pod,
yeah,
you're going to send him another one.
I'll just be like, hey, mate. This is because I don't want to have to now see him on Saturday and be like, oh, how embarrassing is this?
It's gonna be awkward. You're gonna see him.
Yeah.
You're both on the same turf.
Yeah.
It's like impossible now for you two not to catch up.
Exactly.
You're literally, it's not like he's at gate, 1 and you're at gate 5.
No.
And maybe it's hard, a lot of people. You're definitely both on the same field.
I like that automatically I was gate 5, he was gate 1. Thanks for that.
Just, he's probably underground the car park and you're like on the tram on the way to the game. Like, there's some complexixities in that, but you're definitely on the same turf.
Yeah, so I think a Friday message is probably in order.
We'll stay tuned for that.
One last ditch attempt.
Okay, great. Hey, our anteater, Sam Lawler, is a round 1 rising star. Well done, Sam boy.
Well done.
Nice hog. Great hog. Came out in an interview yesterday. This is very interesting. And said that he wasn't eating solids until the day before the Carlton game. What? So he just beat us on a bunch of up and goes, essentially, which is even more depressing for Blues fans.
No wonder it fell out.
Yeah, I know.
Food,
Speaking of falling out, I'm in these short shorts for those who can't see. YouTube can. I feel like my hog's about to fall out in these things. They're very short, but it's a business trip.
Look at your stickers as well. You can show them off.
I'm going to fill them out. Lift the legs out more. So what I'm saying, Lawler, I think he got extra votes for embarrassing Carlton. That's definitely, I reckon, the panel would have been like, hey, yeah, you played good, but also you embarrassed Carlton, so there's that as well. Some angry fans out west thinking Murphy Reid maybe should have got it. Had the 4 goals, played a good 10 minutes.
That was about it, though, right?
That was about it. Didn't do a lot after that. So they're very angry. Perth people are very angry. I think when football was bad in WA, because both their teams lost on the weekend, Perth people started to go a bit crazy.
Yeah, there or Adelaide, if the two teams have lost, I think you just don't want to be anywhere near it.
Yeah.
It's just a bad vibe.
Crazy football towns.
Yeah.
2-team towns are crazy.
Well, because think about it. Our team's lost, but there are a lot of people walking around Melbourne right now with a bit of a spring in their step. So it's like a bit of a shared.
Yeah.
But there's potentially either 2 bad teams or, it's an interesting thing to think about.
It's bad. But good draft crop so far.
Really good.
Really good. A lot of good players had good first games, or first players had a good first game.
Yeah.
Which is good. So good on them. Geelong, this story came out. Geelong, to absolutely nobody's surprise, has inquired about Jamara for next year.
Okay.
I have no idea how they're doing this. Andrew Mackey, their list manager, was asked about Jamara. Is he on the table? Can they, make him work? And he just said, well, he didn't say no. He said, we've got a bunch of players on the table. Jamara's one of them. We're looking at how it all works.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they doing this? That's what I want to know. How do they keep doing this? The audit must be going very well to be that confident to just openly start looking to bring in players.
You think the smart thing would be during an audit to just be like, oh, no, look, we'd love him, but be going on.
No, our money's all tied up to the players for sure.
Yeah. No, there's nothing spare here. No.
No cows down there that are fake. Wouldn't even look at them if I was you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how they keep getting away with it. It's an absolute joke. They just have to be on a different salary cap to the rest of the league. Because they're in the market for Rao, they're in the market for Clayton Oliver, now Jamara. What's next? Sheasel. Like, when does it end with them?
But, yeah, I think...
How are they doing it?
I'm trying to think about it. If you're in the market for someone, you can't be done for that because I think every team needs to be in the market for these guys.
It's definitely legal to be in the market.
Yeah, that's for sure. If they get there, I'm so with you. But I don't know how Carlton do it. Like, some of the people that you pay must be on...
It's all above the table, mate.
No,
why would you dig there, mate?
I'm just saying I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they do it.
Don't dig where we've hidden stuff, mate. This is yeah, true. St Kilda could come after him.
Absolutely.
Are you any danger of signing anyone? And no real news, because normally every week there's news of like you guys throwing $4 million at someone who's played like 17 games or someone who's on the up that hasn't really probably deserved that price tag. Haven't had one of those for seems like 2 weeks.
Well, I think we're turning a corner. It'd be good to see like maybe 2 rounds out of someone, and then we'll throw it at their way. So
or
maybe
just try and sign Wangani Millera.
Yeah, I reckon they've probably thought of that. Hey,
so he's not signing.
No, they're probably working on it.
When do you get nervous about him?
Oh, now. I'm always nervous, brother.
Round 2. But for Geelong, I think this could be, I mean, if he gets out of the Bulldogs, there's obviously something going on. We're not sure. A lot of whispers going on websites, Big Footy, DMs, but there's something going on. Geelong have a 100% success rate of turning players around. So that would be clearly the case. He goes there, he turns his career around, ends up being All-Australian, and this just never happened this year. Always happens for players down there.
So true.
It will happen. Luke Jackson, here's a guy who's not going anywhere. He was asked about these rumours about if he's going to Melbourne. I think Mitch Cleary broke the news that, he wants out. He would even entertain, he's considering a move back to Melbourne. Think he was telling Phil at the same time that, hey, no, everything's good here. Or everyone was like, hey, well, there's 2 stories here. You're telling people that you want to leave, and then you're telling people that you're happy there. So what's going on? He fronted the media the other day and said this, put it to bed.
Can you give your fans assurance that you will be here long term?
Yeah, I definitely will. I love Freo. I love playing at Freo. I've always wanted to play here since I was a little kid. I grew up supporting the club. I always remember watching the game. So, yeah, I'll definitely be here and, love my time. Yeah, I'm just focused on playing well for Freo and, I absolutely love it, playing at Freo.
Luke.
Oh, and there's more, I think.
There's even some talk that you had reached out to former Melbourne teammates to tell them of your interest in what you're doing in your future. Are you able to dispel any of that talk?
Nah, it's all rubbish, to be honest. We played them a few weeks ago here in Mandurah and I won a premiership with them. I got good relationships with them. So, I'll obviously give them the time of day and stuff. But, some of my best mates are in that team and, it was good to see them.
So you can categorically rule out a return to Victoria?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you give your...
All right. So after hearing that, he's 100% leaving Freo.
Did look up to the
Body
ceiling.
language is big.
Body language is huge.
Crossed arms.
Yeah, immediately went, I love,
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not body experts, but like he closed off there. And also he's not wearing shoes in this interview.
Is he really not?
No, he's absolutely raw dogging the feet in front of the media.
Well, there's a man that has synced back into Perth lifestyle then.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
I mean, any player who who grew up watching their team play, that's loyal to me.
That's true.
He watched all the games growing up.
He said.
Well, Freo fans, they'll take that at the moment. I think they've got bigger issues than just Luke Jackson. Winning a game.
Yep.
Justin Longmuir's on like a floating contract.
That's
where
true.
He could be the coach or he could be like, the kitchen hand.
Yep.
1 week. So we'll see how they go. But Lincoln McCarthy did his ACL last week and now he's looking to return to football this year. 6-month recovery. Now, the Lions offered him 4 options. The first one was 12-month rehab. The second one was LAR surgery, which I don't think anyone's had in a long time.
Which is what, do you know?
Remember, it's like you take a tendon it's from like a hamstring, then use it as the ACL, then graft it up, and it's supposed to recover in 6 months. But it just isn't working. I think
Okay.
they're really off that. Remember that weird kind of period where everyone was doing Lars to try and come back?
Well, I remember that's what I was told I'd do.
You were going to do Lars?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they might do that for just the people who want to return
Yeah.
to five-a-side Quidditch.
Are you sure they didn't say Mars? Like Mars bar? They didn't say you should have a Mars bar?
Yeah, just to calm down. They could have said
Stop
that.
crying, have a Mars bar.
Yeah.
Okay. Lars is like not an option now for ACLs.
Right,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure. One option was no surgery and let the knee heal. Oh, this is you. Let the knee heal naturally. So Dale Morris did this. Assistant coach at Lions. He did it, I think, pre-season, came back maybe middle of the year, towards the end of the year, and in his first game back, just fully ruptured his ACL.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, so I think he was like, I think you, Lincoln, shouldn't do this at all. That's
Yeah.
the worst option. And the fourth one, which is the one they're doing, is the Doherty rehab.
Okay.
The 6-month return to play, you're kind of doing, twice the amount of rehab and work in each week to get back to maybe playing finals this year.
But also no surgery?
So he'll do surgery. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
think he's had surgery a couple of days ago, and now his rehab's just so aggressive. So I think in the first month of rehab, you don't do a lot into ACL. You try and get some movement back in your quad,
Yep.
in your glute. But I think it's full like a week's time, he'll be trying to walk, do some laps around the oval, get this thing moving.
Do some laps.
Yeah, just laps. It's impressive. 1 week out of ACL surgery.
Do he's crazy to think about one day when it's Poppy does footy and, we're old men.
Hand the business over.
They're going to be talking about, so anyway, this person's looking to come back within the month.
Yeah.
I bet you. It's just
Modern
getting
medicine's
shorter and
scary.
shorter and shorter.
Yeah, modern medicine is very scary. It could happen. But 31 years old, like that's just the last roll of the dice for him. I think when Doc did his knee, he was saying, like, if I do it, then I don't care. Like, I know my age. I'm out. So,
You think? Or he definitely...
well, he definitely told me.
Yeah.
We're best mates. So he definitely told
Yeah.
me. But his mindset was like, whatever. It happens, it happens.
100%.
So good on him. Tassie. There they are, on your chest, loud and
Huge.
proud. Tassie and the AFL are already talking about what help they'll get from the league to make sure they're not a terrible football team from the start when they
Yep.
come in. Don't want to, more so, both Giants and the Suns sucked.
Oh,
They
they
were
were
both
terrible.
teams when they came in. Got smacked by 100 points regularly. So this is what the AFL is looking to give them. They'll get free access to the best 9 17-year-olds across Australia in 2027. Mm-hmm. So that's, you're probably eyeing those kids off now.
Yep.
$1.2 million to use as signing bonuses to attract players, 8 first-round draft picks, which they can use to trade out and bring players in, and full access to men's and women's academy players. That's pretty big.
That's very generous.
I think.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good. Signing bonus is huge. So as soon as you sign, here's $200K
Is that... Yeah. So it's 1.2 million to use
as like a pool of money
across.
to go. So say you get a Colby McKercher, who's probably the number one target.
Yep.
You say, look, we'll give you the $1.5 million contract, and upon signing, we'll give you $300K.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. So that's a little sweeter. And if that, like Tassie money, $300K, that's a mansion. That's like a 10-bedroom house, like a Bentley, 500 acres of land. Like that's probably an airport as well. Helipad for sure. Like that's a lot of money in Tassie. You're definitely the richest person in Tassie. A winery, Barnburgle.
You really got to get down there, don't you?
That's
But
a
yeah,
lot
so
of
I
money
hear what
down
you're
there.
saying.
Yeah. So let's talk about the players. Who do you reckon they'll be their foundation player?
I think you're spot on with Colby McKercher. I think it makes too much sense.
Because they need to sign the two expansion teams, Giants and the Suns. They went and signed like marquee face of the team players.
Yep.
So we had for the Suns, I think it was like Carmichael Hunt,
Yeah.
Nathan Bock, Jared Brennan, Gary
Yeah.
Ablett was the big one.
Yeah.
Giants had Phil Davis,
Yep.
Tom Scully, John Giles, Chad Corns,
Yep.
Izzy Folau. So who do you reckon Taz will be?
Well, for starters, I've spoken to someone at the Devils, and they feel very, very fortunate that they've got a blueprint in place
Of what not to
from
do.
these two teams of what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
So I think that one thing, geez, you're right.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking for something. Don't sign me would be the thing I don't do.
I just think whoever it might be, I know they won't do a Gary Ablett situation because you've spoken at length about great player, but probably not the best ambassador for. Like he didn't really.
He didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Gary didn't give a shit about football. He just wanted that super money.
Yep, which you got to respect.
Yeah.
We all need that super money, but someone that will want to go out there to the schools and really fly the flag, whoever
That's
that
it.
might be.
Yeah, play for the state.
Yep.
Play for the team,
Yep.
because the jumper on the chest means more than money in the bank.
Yeah. Well said.
Depends who you are. But I think, so these are Tassie players right now. Colin McKercher
Yep.
is out of contract in 2026.
Perfect.
Alex Pearce, Riley Sanders, Seth Campbell, Ari Schoenmakers, and Lockie Cowan. So they're probably the targets for Tassie. You bring in some home talent, surely.
You don't have to, though.
You don't have a stadium at the moment. I don't know what you're going to players with. All your jobs for the
Well, we've got
club,
2 stadiums.
They're on Seek. All your roles.
It was actually on Instagram.
They are. You were applying for them as list manager.
Not a great sign.
So you don't have a stadium at the moment either.
We've got 2.
No, you don't.
Yes,
Not
we
your
do.
own stadium. You're
Well,
not
we've got
playing
2.
at that shitty university stadium where it just blows an absolute gale. We're not playing at Launceston. We're not playing at Burnie Oval.
Same one.
Burnie Oval.
No. We've got Ninja in Hobart.
Ninja. No one's playing there.
It's good enough for the Ashes. It's good enough for the
No
AFL.
one wants, no AFL player wants that to be the home deck.
Why?
Mate, because it's a horrible stadium.
Why?
Freezing cold, outdoors.
It's not freezing cold.
Yes, it is.
2 degrees colder than Melbourne at all times. That's nothing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
All right, then. Tassie's a way bigger shithole than Melbourne
Why?
because there's nothing there.
Yes, there is.
Except your cousins run around that you're probably hooked up with before.
Dart Mofo, Wooden Boat Festival, The Taste.
Hey, boys, wild weekend, good win. You know what's good? Instead of going like out, coffees, cafes, bunch of wooden boats are coming
We've
to
got,
town.
mate, if you don't think we've got bars and cafes, of course we've got that. And the Wooden Boat Festival
It's
as
a good
well,
start.
as a little cherry on top.
Colour TV.
Yep, got
Does that come in yet?
yeah, got internet.
Well, you need to throw the bag of someone. So hopefully let's get someone down there to take the debate to be the face of the brand.
Of course, yeah.
Don't know who it's going to be.
I don't mind what you're saying about. I just don't think that it's necessary for them to get every Tasmanian, good or bad. Like Colby makes a lot of sense. I don't
Yep.
know how old Alex Pearce would be by then, but he would be.
Riley Sanders, you take?
Why not?
Okay. Will you take Seth Campbell?
Amen.
Yeah.
After
Backflips.
one game,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ari Schoenmakers, you like him? You're big on him?
Yeah, I love Ari.
Lockie Cowan?
Yep.
So you take all those ones?
Yeah, fair. I see what you're saying.
Target them. The Eagles. So they officially, I don't know why they didn't do this prior to the game, probably not expecting to win the game against the Suns. They hadn't picked which old song they were going with.
Well,
for the
this is
season.
we were concerned about this.
And this is the thing. They have 50 old songs.
Yeah.
So it was hard to, when we were doing it, to pick the right old song and the right new song because there's so many versions out there.
Yeah.
So they're officially going with the 2000 to 2017 song,
Okay.
which is this. Oh, hate it. Long intro. That's a long intro. Okay, so now they're into it. Okay, so there's that. There's that version, right? Which is a lot of screaming hey at ya.
Yeah.
And then we're the Eagles.
And heavy on the bass.
Real heavy. So you've got to wait. You've won the game. You've got to wait 30 seconds post-win
Yeah.
to actually start singing.
Yeah.
2018 was a banger. This
Okay.
is 2018. Just into it.
Straight into it.
That's good. Less bass. Should have got that one. Now, I don't know who we need to talk to at that football club to try and make some good decisions here, but it seems like someone's not doing their job correctly. Because they've gone from the worst song in their history to the second worst song in their history. That was the winner, 2018.
How you can, look, I don't understand. If you've got a 30-second intro, the boys have to sing it in the sheds. Like, they have to.
So do you
It's
think the
part of
boys
the
are
song.
doing, hey, Eagles?
They need to.
Hey, Eagles.
Part of the song.
That's a lot of hey, Eagles for you
We're
sing.
flying high.
Yeah. 7. Yeah, that someone's counting him in.
Yeah.
Like, so there's that. So they got to, I don't know what the Eagles are doing. They've had a horrible week. They've now had another horrible week leading into the game for their round 2. Let's hope when they do win, they cut that intro out and they just go straight into the song.
Agreed.
Let's do some Footy Dad stories before we get into the round of football. Brought to you by DoorDash. We're on the hunt for Footy Dad stories, the best, most relatable ones. A lot were sent in last week. So let's go through these. And thanks to everyone who sent them in. It's very hard to actually go through them all and pick the best ones because they're all so amazing. But we've got 1, 2, about 4 here. First one by Jake. Dad used to help out and run the boundary for us in junior footy. He always had a couple of dodgy throw-ins that would favour ruckman if we were in need. One day he was running along and stood in a pothole and cooked his back, a slip disc in his back. He went down in agony and had the trainers and staff helping him off the ground. I'm standing there completely embarrassed, hoping he would just get up and get on with it. And a few of mates finding it hilarious. That's pretty funny.
Slip disc is always quite funny.
Have you slipped one before?
No, not yet.
No, I have. My back's
Really?
very susceptible to a slip disc. Yeah, just bending over, not bending the knees. Love a slip disc. My
Really?
back.
You're quite young for a slip disc, I would have
Well,
thought.
this body has seen some things. This one's from Rowan. Finished up a game of footy one day and walking off the ground, everyone was patting me on the back saying, well played, mate. Really good effort today. Best on ground today, mate. You were everywhere. Really feeling good about myself as an average footballer. Just before I get to the rooms, my old man pulls me up and says, your second efforts today were really good. And at this point, I'm on cloud 9 until he finishes it with, only because your first efforts were so shit. Just pick up the fucking ball.
Oh, Dad.
Nothing like just a dad who just thinks, you know what? Yeah, my son's had a good game, but always room for improvement. From Connor. My dad was playing an internal trial game for Glenelg Tigers back in the day. Okay, bragging. And saw this little fella walking towards him to match up on him. Turns out it was Fly. Dad thought he was about to look like the next best thing, but a 3-foot tall Fly who reckons he hadn't hit puberty had 30 plus and kicked 4 on him. Still his biggest claim to fame in football.
That's awesome.
That's big. Joking for Fly is just, he looks jacked at the moment.
Yeah.
Might have been the steroids.
Well, if opening round was anything to go on, he was pumped up.
Emotions up and down, though.
Yeah.
Like he was, obviously, if you're on steroids, I don't know this, I'm not on them, but I've heard that your emotions go like,
Sure.
they swing.
Yeah.
So when he was barking at Bedford, he was like, sit down, like, bitch,
Yeah.
you're this and that, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then sat back down because you're scared. That's the emotional swing of a steroid guy.
Yeah.
It's a cricket dad story. Okay, we can do it. Under 11s, my dad found out none of us were wearing boxes in the nets and decided to get all of us in there to show him his leggies, aiming for our nuts. We were 11 and never faced spin in our life, and Dad used to be a Victorian team cricketer. I was facing him first and he proceeded first ball to hit me straight in the nuts. Connected pure and I collapsed. He then made me face the rest of the over. I think he wanted this as a lesson to wear my box instead. I never played cricket again and went off to play tennis.
Yeah, you got to be careful with your examples that you make, that you don't go too far the other way, that
Yeah.
then they never play
Yeah, I mean,
ever again.
It's a delicate line being a footy
Yeah.
dad between encouraging and scaring them out of the sport. This is great. This is from William. Dad once nominated me for the mid-season draft. At that point, I was 19 years old, topping up for the Lions in the NEFL and averaging about 6 touches a game. Fair to say I was in shock and completely embarrassed when one of my mates sent through the mid-season draft nominations list, and I soon realised that my dad had used my personal email to address the self-nomination in the draft. Unfortunately, nobody picked me up.
Oh,
That's a dad who just wants his son to be great.
that's nice, though.
That is nice. That is nice. What's this one? This is from Mitch. Dad and I from 2010 made a $50 bet that Essendon would make finals. Dad, being a diehard fan, always believed that the Bombers would be able to make finals. In the time that we have run this bet, I've had to pay Dad $250. However, he has had to pay me $700, meaning that I have made $500 from the sheer incompetence of the Essendon Football Club. I'm almost positive it's about to be $550 by the end of this year.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That is great. Is there any more here or not? No. They're the ones for this week. So, again, keep sending in your Footy Dad stories. We're on the hunt for them. And DoorDash is trying to help Footy Dads out. We know that it's hard, obviously, from the stories, to be a Footy Dad.
Oh, yeah.
So DoorDash is saying, you know what? On Friday nights especially, let us come to the rescue. Order your Friday night footy feeds on the DoorDash app. Take in the strain off Footy Dads.
Yeah.
All on DoorDash. All right, let's unpack this week's games. Let's get through it. Again, we are moving on from what happened last week. This is a fresh week, a fresh opportunity for us to feel good about ourselves, to get things back on track if you're off track. Starting off, Matt Hill Thursdays. Blues walking into an absolute abattoir that is the Hawthorn Football Club. Let's be completely honest. Hawks are 15.5-point favourites. This is horrible timing for the Blues to get this game. Again, a Thursday night, it's going to set the tone for the weekend, which I absolutely hate because you think about it all weekend. You get to look at teams who are winning and you think, why can't I be them? Mm-hmm. The Hawks are the best team in football. It terrifies me. Walking out to Fiend. I'm going to hear that on Thursday night. Fiend. That's scary. Their forward line's just steamrolling. Their back line seems to be gelling at the right time. They have the best game plan. They run teams off their legs. There is nothing that this team isn't doing well at the moment. But in saying that, all the pressure is on them, which I will take. Put all the pressure on them. They're the favourites. They should win this game.
I don't know if all the pressure's on them.
All the pressure's on them. This is very much a role reversal of last week where we're probably the Richmond going into this game.
That's true.
So keep lumping it on them. They should win this game by heaps.
Yeah.
So they should win probably by more than 10 goals. If Blues score a goal, it's a failure.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Smart.
But let's hope that, because I just want the Blues to Well, I want them to win, but I do feel like as a Blues fan, we're just kind of going to be stuck in this horrible kind of routine if this goes the way that most people think it'll go. So Thursday, the Thursday game, you're going, how good's this? Can't wait. Then come Friday, you just feel like shit. Saturday, you feel like shit. Sunday, you feel a little bit better, but mostly still feeling like shit. Monday, you try and move on from what happened. Tuesday, you're coming good again. We might win this game. Wednesday rolls around. I can't wait for us to respond. And then by about 11:30 Thursday, you're going, I hate this game so much. That's the cycle we're in kind of as Blues fans. We don't have a small forward, which concerns me. We need someone on the ground, just someone to get busy. I'm not sure. From all reports, Harry Mackay has kept his feet this week at training.
That's good.
Which is good. Also he's absolutely fucked his foot. That hasn't come out.
Okay.
So yeah, he has a fucked foot issue at the moment, which is...
You need you need at least one of those.
Well, Charlie's back, which is good.
Yep.
So everyone's writing the Blues off, which I think is great for us. This is just the perfect game for the Blues to respond here and you put the league back on notice that we are a powerhouse football club. We had a slip up for sure, but we're a good football team. Last week was just a minor, small little hiccup that had a few consequences for some people, but I think this will be the AFL doesn't make any sense game of the round.
I'm with you. I think that it is the right sort of game to enter in with. Could you imagine if you had a West Coast this week? How much you'd be shitting yourself?
I'm pretty anxious about that as well.
But could you imagine? That would be... Nah, I wouldn't be having... If I was Carlton, I would be petrified to play a team that you should be beating. So go into this one and throw everything you've got at them.
It's a free hit. I'm back on them. I'm feeling confident. Blues by 45 points.
Okay.
In one that absolutely shocks the league.
Okay, I like it. I'm going to go 45 points as well.
To who?
To Hawthorn. Just the other way around. Just the other way around. You won't be winning.
I reckon we'll growl them. We either win by 45 points or we lose by 45 points. There's no in between here.
Yeah, I think that's your problem.
Well, if they lose, I think it's time for Vossi to get some cardboard boxes and pack his shit up.
You reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm calling it.
Yeah, but it's okay to lose to Hawthorn. I reckon you've got to give him 5 weeks.
Expectations are high. We just lost to Richmond. Everything is just intensified. We can't lose another game. Sam Doherty better not be sub. We need to figure out what's going up forward. Defensively, Nick Haynes needs to start marking the ball a little bit better. McGovern, I don't know where he's playing. I don't know where Kemp is. Sauce is a backman, but he's also our best forward. There's some serious question marks out there. I just want the boys to rock up, show a bit of fight.
Yep, that's fair
and
enough.
Win by 45 points, which I think they'll do. Friday night, back at the Loud House, Bulldogs throwing it back to Footscray. That's right. They're not the Bulldogs this week. They're Footscray.
Footscray. Against
the Pies. Pies are 8.5-point favourites. Big night for the Bulldogs celebrating history. Big party.
Yeah.
You think? All get there. 100 years being in the league. Great win last week against the North Side that absolutely stunk, but they won with a bunch of EFL players. Footscray did. So at the MCG, Friday night, weird for them.
Oh, they
Feels weird. Feels weird. League putting them on Friday night lights, prime time, against the Pies, who, off the back of the Port Adelaide open training session, everyone back in form. Very scary. Jordan DeGoey might be back for the Pies, which is terrifying. I am extremely nervous for the Dogs here. Still a VFL team. You've got the home game, but it'll be a Pies crowd.
It will be.
Because it's their house. So, big questions going to be asked. The biggest one is what fragrance is Quaynor running with?
It's a good question.
So, I'm thinking it's like a Chemist Warehouse, like a David Beckham number.
Nice.
Like that $39 to $49 price range.
Nice. You reckon he's in that price range?
David Beckham?
No, him though. Isaac. I think you'd be looking a bit higher, wouldn't you?
Well, I think his fragrances would be like, when you try Palmer's, some are $16, some are $30, depending. I think he should try all of them.
Some are 16.
There's $16 Palmer's getting around.
No wonder you get bloody food poisoning, Dan.
Yeah. I think he should come down to, our class of fragrance.
Yeah, that for sure.
So who you on with here?
Well, look, I will say this, that I feel bad for Collingwood in the sense that every time any team have like a celebration, they always pick Collingwood to play it against because they know it'll be a big occasion.
Yeah.
Like every time it's a celebration of whatever, how many years or whatever, it's always against the Pies.
That's never smart.
But they have done that now so many times that this doesn't bother them at all. I think that I'm so with you. I don't like this for the Dogs at all.
No, I think the Pies are one of those teams that's like, okay, you're celebrating. We'll celebrate as well with
Yeah.
you with a win.
Exactly.
Like, well, thank you for bringing a massive crowd here and, putting pressure on us.
Yeah.
Given it's your day, we'll party with you.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the Pies will wipe the absolute floor with him. 8.5 points is just, and you take that every day of the week. The Pies should win this by 6 goals.
I'm with you.
If they're anything like they were last week, this is an absolute smoking of a VFL team.
Yep.
I don't think the Dogs bring anyone back.
No.
The Bond's still out. Liam Jones is still out. Like, you're playing Collingwood in their favourite time slot.
Yeah. And you let a North Melbourne side push you to within 2 goals.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and you're at the MCG.
Yeah.
You're not on a Sunday, so
No.
your whole week has been thrown out.
yeah.
I wonder if Doggies fans will pack it out. They only have 60,000 members.
Yeah, but with
Like, what we
Collingwood,
thinking?
It'll be a full house.
It's a big travel from Footscray to get to Melbourne. Trains can be tough.
8 stops on the train, though.
8 stops. Maybe they'll get. It'll be. Yeah, okay. Let's not even. It's going to be a complete Collingwood crowd.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah, Pies by absolutely heaps. Saturday, 1:20 again at the MCG. 3rd game in a row at the Loud House. The Bombers host the Adelaide Crows. Bombers are pretty good last week, as we said. I think they all walked away pretty confident about what they did. They do lose Langford, and Peter Wright has, I think he's fucked his ankle or something like that. So he's out. No real replacement. They better not bring in Goldstein. That would end me. If they do, I better start getting in on the football. Crows were good last week. Ben Mackay makes me nervous still. He's the only key defender, and the Crows are just bringing over 3 monsters and a bunch of small forwards.
Yeah.
So he's going to be busy. And a lot of money. A lot of pressure. He's making me nervous down there, if I'm a Bombers fan. And the Crows just looked unbelievable last week. At home against a team that, didn't really get off out of second gear, sorry.
Well, yeah. But I would say this. Defence is probably one of our strongest attributes, for sure.
Who?
St Kilda. So I think,
Oh, they look good given how good
defensively
you are.
Yeah, defensively, that is our strength, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
So if they can dismantle us like that...
They can do it at Essendon. This might be a ball over for Essendon. Because I got these 2 teams, only one of them can make finals.
Yeah.
I've got them. So it'll be a early indicator into what one of these teams is going to put their hand up for finals this year.
Yeah.
Oh, could go either way.
Yeah.
Could go either way. What's the market doing? Let me look at this.
Expecting a shootout.
You think?
I think so.
What's the market doing?
So currently, Crows to win $1.65
Yeah.
and Bombers $2.24.
Okay. Crows, MCG, Saturday 1:20. I'm going with them. I think Bombers fans start assembling the slide, getting ready for the slide out. They're not on top of it, but I think they start getting out of the shed from last season and blowing the cobwebs off.
I like it.
Crows are back in town.
I'm going to back you too. I think if this was at Marvel, I'd be tempted to go the Bombers.
They beat them last year. Remember this game last year? They
True.
derailed their season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go the Crows.
Crows. And the Crows were good their last game of the G last year against the Pies, where Rankin ran legal amount and got pinned
Yes.
for running too far. So they're comfortable there. Yeah, give me Crows. Crows, legit finals contenders after a win. Port, who currently stink so badly, host Richmond. Port are 37.5-point favourites, 6 goal favourites, which is absolutely wild for a team that's last in the ladder. We have a real role reversal here. So Richmond we thought would be absolutely stinky. We thought Port would just be Port this season. But no, it's the other way around. Port are in absolute all sorts. This is a Ken Hinkley career game. Could be sacked if they lose this. They better not. The Tigers are just emotional. They're young. Sammy Lawler's got his hog out. Like, they're up and about at the moment.
A lot of them will be getting on a plane for the first time.
Yes.
Keep that in mind as well.
True.
A lot of sort of unaccompanied minors.
True. Traveling the first time.
Yeah.
Hotels.
Yeah.
Be saying,
Buffet for the first time.
Boys, let's try and stay in the hotel. Let's turn Hinge and Tinder off.
Yep.
Young kids. We know they're horny.
Yeah.
We know Sam's horny. So it was
Highly Street, just sort of in the corner.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Should I go there? No, stay home, focus. So there is that. I didn't think of that at all. But interesting to see how Sam goes. If he's going to rock skins, is he going to rock a tighter undies? Is he going to opt for strapping his hog to the inside of his groin?
I think all 3 from what we saw.
Just do all 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm looking. Yeah. Okay. I think it's a Ken career game. If they lose this, they can give him a cardboard box to pack his shit up and go. I think Josh Carr's waiting in the wings, just
Yep.
going, please, I want you guys to lose.
I'll go as far as to say, I reckon that if Tigers do win this, you'd almost think about uncrossing them off the board
Yeah,
there.
that's a good call. If
'Cause,
they
like,
do win this game, they're back and
That's
playing
two
finals.
very, really good teams. Like
Yeah.
Port struggled obviously last week, but they're a great team.
Yep. I mean,
They shouldn't though.
we've got nothing really to go off but vibe here, given it's round 2,
True.
and Port gave us nothing, and Richmond just did the most wild thing ever. That's the only thing we can go off to pick. Port aren't a 6-goal better team than Richmond. Not 6 goals. That's insulting, that line. You think they are?
No. I think I agree with you.
That was his worst loss, Ken's worst loss in his career.
Jeez.
And I hope they have the tarps. They might be getting the tarps back out after this.
Yeah.
Get the tarps back out. Going to be fitting. He started his coaching career at Port with the tarps on. He's going to end it with tarps on. Tigers win this.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm on them. They're my team. I'm
That's
named
true.
after them.
That's
I've got a
true.
bomb with this team. I will ride with this team from now on. Richmond in an absolute upset. Back-to-back wins. No one sees it coming. Ken out. Start the car.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah. Give
Well-
me the Tigers.
I gotta respect you. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm having a look at the rest of the games, and I think given what my next tip will be, I'm gonna have to tip Port Adelaide just to play it safe.
Okay. They'll lose it there. I reckon if Port lose, which I'm predicting, Ken better start taking the tunnel out of Adelaide Oval, because they will boo him. I don't want him to throw stuff, but I think it'll get ugly.
No, he needs to stay at the Adelaide Oval. Maybe stay at the Adelaide Oval Hotel, which is really...
Okay, I see what you're doing there. Hey, this game, get ready to rip your eyes out, Saints fans. Get the chopsticks ready. Get them out of the top drawer because you might need them. You host Geelong at Marvel Stadium. Geelong are 4-goal favourites, which, again, another line which that's amazing to me, how they're only 4-goal favourites. The Saints were here and might get back Owens.
Yep.
Max King.
Yep.
The Butler.
Yep.
Now, what's your vibe? How are you feeling?
I feel so happy we don't have to go to Geelong for this, for starters.
That would be bad.
That would be bad. We beat the Cats last year.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did late in the year.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll be tipping the Saints. You got me on mic, got to think about that. So the atmosphere will be up.
Mm-hmm. What activations can the fans expect for those going, for the 12 people going?
We've got a couple from last year still. And we've got a couple of brand new ones. Don't worry about that.
Right.
There's some. So you got the old favourites for the faithfuls.
What's
and
that?
then we got the Red Rooster,
Oh, eat a chicken as fast as you can.
which it's weird. The MC does every week. It's like,
Yeah.
stop eating the chicken.
Okay.
Look, it's going to be really tough. We knew that this opening 2 weeks was, well, this opening month really is not easy, but I just don't say, like, I was quite impressed with the amount of goals we scored without a forward line.
You kick 7.
Yeah, without a recognised forward
You're
line.
an AFL team.
Without a recognised forward line.
But it's just next man up. I love your loyalty to the team. I get what you're saying. You're going to back him in. You're obviously on the mic, which is a big boost for the boys. And I typically don't like Geelong at Marvel.
No.
I never have. I don't think they like it. I don't think they like the travel up the highway. Mm-hmm. Playing in a sauna as well. No, I can't pick Saints.
Fair enough.
I can't. So I'm gonna go Geelong I'm sorry, but a big win.
Okay.
A real percentage booster here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be going the Saints.
Okay. Also, if you are going to Marvel, check your beers.
That's
Your
true.
10 beers. Once you get it, just have a little look under and make sure everything's all right.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you don't
good.
want to. And
Good
also
pickup.
sneak your own beers in, as we said, the chickens.
Well,
The big beer, you can get 3 beers, we said, in chickens.
yeah. Well,
you
I
want.
think so.
Yeah.
We'll have to test that.
Well, that would be gross in the office. That would smell a lot.
We'll test it.
Okay, we'll try. So I think Geelong will do that. Move to 2 and zip. Saints go to 0 and 2. Here we go. Another abattoir. The Gabattoir is open for a slaughtering on Sunday as Brisbane host the Eagles. Brisbane are 10-goal favourites. This is a perfect nap game.
That
Don't you reckon?
is so good.
This is just the perfect game to have a nap. You just put this game on. I think it's a 1 o'clock start. It would
1:10.
be 1:10. Just a good game to have a nap for an hour, wake up at halftime, and just fully expect what you know is going to happen. And that's the Lions to be up by 200 points. This is going to get ugly. Eagles fans, tell the kids, don't even put this on your TV screens. Eagles fans, just in case the kids see it. because it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. The Eagles are bad. They're a stinky football outfit. Nothing good coming. Bad vibes coming out of the Eagles right now. The media's coming for him, saying Harley Reid isn't the first $2 million player. Don't pay him that much. Doesn't look interested. Saying that he'd rather fight, over playing football. That he flopped. Do you see that? So not a great stuff. The Eagles. McWalter's pulling his hair out. A lot happening. Tim Kelly. He hates playing football. Still has to play. So doesn't even like his job at the moment. I think their season could be over by halftime here.
Yeah.
This will be an absolute bloodbath. Lions too strong. Fagan said it's best win of their career. They get a few soldiers back. I think Charlie Cameron will come back in the team. Sam Day should be back in this side as well. So Brisbane, absolute nightmare for the Eagles. They're fucked. This will be 100 points.
Yep. No, I agree. I also reckon their season will be over by the time you've poured your first mimosa, because the game in Perth, time-wise, will be at 10 past 10 in the morning.
That's shit for Eagles fans. Like, you have a big night on a Saturday, you've got a hangover, then you wake up and you're an Eagles fan, you have to watch that happen as well. That'll make it worse. That's not a Panadol.
No.
That's like someone taking a drum to your head. Going, here you are, watch this. Watch it.
Tough work.
Bad vibes from the Eagles. I thought it was going to be a year where things turn around. And now we're thinking that this could be one of their worst seasons yet.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So, go Lions. They'll smoke them up there in the Gabatoir. Next game, North of Melbourne jumping in again. The sauna, that is Marvel Stadium. The D's 19.5-point favourites. Now, the D's should have won last week. I think we can all agree on that. Or unlucky to lose at the end. Stephen May somehow has fractured his larynx. Larynx, is that right?
Yep.
Which is a big deal because Nick Larkey plays the North. How do you fracture a larynx? Apparently, they're saying he did it Friday, but then they asked Jake Melksham, which is probably the worst person to ask, about how he did it, because could have punched him in the throat.
That's right.
Could have definitely just punched him in the throat at dinner. And they're like, we're not sure how he did it. He was training Friday, then had like an incident, but we're not really sure.
Okay.
So
We have an incident.
Maybe they went for a steak again. I'm not sure. But I think D's a dry deck will be good for them. With a fit Clary, Track, Gorn, that suits them. Caleb Windsor is a guy. Mm-hmm. He was unbelievable the weekend. Just lightning quick on a wet turf. North, I still just don't believe. I don't have any hype around North. Mm-hmm. There's bad teams. You're like, this could be some light at the end of the tunnel. I thought it was going to be, but then I saw them play against the VFL Dogs, Footscray, and I thought this is just more the same stuff that we're seeing from them. Mm-hmm. Nothing's really changed. It's Larky. It's Sheasel, who's just a good player in a bad team. It's LDU, who hasn't signed yet. And then no backman. Mm-hmm. So I think Melbourne will just send a lead to the message here and win big.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. And in the last game, this is actually big. Fremantle back in their favourite slot. Sunday graveyard. 30-degree heat against the Swans, who have got their season started yet. Dockers, 6.5-point favourites. Now, we know Luke Jackson came out and said he loves the club. Justin Longmuir said they didn't have a game plan last week, which was surprising because normally I would highly recommend having a game plan.
Generally speaking.
If I'm a head coach, I'd probably give the boys something to work with rather than just like, boys, go out there and figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Bolton might make his debut for the club, which is exciting. That's a big in. They love the time slot. They were absolutely dog shit last week. I don't think they have 2 dog shit performances in a row.
Agreed.
I'd be surprised if they do. The only thing that concerns me is they are the worst team in the league at intercepting. Like, they just don't intercept mark. Okay. So once it's in their forward line, it stays in there a long time, which is really surprising given I thought Alex Pearce was an interceptor and Luke Ryan. But no. The Swans, they need to win. They do need to win. Chad Warner resume game. Just hand the resume in this game. Just saying, here's what I've got here on the home turf. Gets to see his tenants as well. Because we know he loves being a landlord.
Just checking with them.
Just check in. I don't think he'd be doing like an inspection of the house. I think he'd let the landlord agency or his rental agency do that.
Well, it depends what time when they get there. Because would they get there Friday maybe?
He could be. Yeah, I think it's a 2-day option.
Yeah.
To travel. So he might get in a Friday, say, guys, you got an inspection on Friday afternoon. We'll see
Yeah,
how my
for
house
2
is
to
going.
3 kind of thing.
And then give him the notice that, in 12 months' time, get your shit out of my house.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. But they need to work out what's going on. Hot Boy Heaney might be injured. If he's not right, they're cooked.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So if Swans lose this game, it'll be their 3rd loss in a row, 4th loss if you count the grand final. I'm putting them on fraud watch because I think they could be frauds.
Yep.
And they could be a different team to what we know this Sydney team to be. Having no horse has rattled them. They can't hit targets. So I'm going to go Freo because it's in the graveyard. They love that time slot. And they don't lose in that Sunday shift.
No, I agree. And I think as well, when you compare it to the task that you've got for Carlton, you know how it feels. I don't think it is a free hit for Carlton, but it feels like that, right?
Yes.
Like the pressure's off, so to speak. I don't think that this is the case with the Swans. Like, it's not like they can go in there and being like, okay, look, we haven't had a great start, but say la vie. Let's just see what we can do. They realistically should be beating Fremantle. So the pressure is big time on. 3-0 is awful.
That's a good call. I mean, Fremantle did finish 9th last year. I know we're hyping them up a lot, and maybe we've hyped them up too much, but Sydney playing the grand final.
Yep.
You can't play in a grand final, then run out and be 0-3 the next season.
And considering that Fremantle's last quarter, they conceded, 10 goals?
10 goals.
So,
yeah.
You should be winning, but I just don't think they will.
That's a good point. The pressure is actually on Sydney.
Yeah.
So Freo have a free hit at home, in the heat, running around, doing what they want, Bolton back. Yeah. Okay. So you're Freo as well.
I'm Freo as well, yeah.
Like that, the Suns and the Giants have buys.
Expansion buy.
So they'll be probably drinking beers, we thinking?
Together or just...
No, not together. No. They'll be definitely, I think the Giants probably shouldn't be drinking beers, now think about it. The Suns will definitely be drinking beers.
Yeah.
They'll definitely be in like a Burley pavilion type setup.
Weather's cleared a bit.
Yeah. Matt Rowell loves Burley Pav.
Well, I mean...
Gets around it hard. Him and Ben King just love strutting their stuff.
Yeah.
So they'll be drinking beers for sure. They should enjoy that. All right. Big round of football. And as always, we're on Sportsbet's feed. We always are on there just putting bets up for the week. Well, I am, and you guys can follow all there. This week is a big round of football. A lot of teams that get back on track. We've got the teams here. So we've got Carlton Hawthorn, which I'm not touching this week in terms of punting.
Fair enough too.
I think I just need to let my emotions just ride their own race. But I'm going to go with Collingwood to beat the Dogs on Friday Night Football. Then I'm going Adelaide to beat Essendon. I'm going to go Richmond, the upset.
Ooh.
Now, this adds some value here. I'm going Richmond, who are currently $6.70. So they were $10 last week, $6.70 this week in the multi. I'm going Geelong to beat the Saints, and then D's to do a number on North. That is the round of football that I'm going with on the feed.
Yeah.
You can follow there. If you get on that, you get a good return, given that Richmond are in it.
How'd you go last week?
In the feed,
Yeah.
an $18 win and a $15 win.
Happy days.
Yeah, for the 500 that jumped on the $18 winner, you're welcome. For the 500 that jumped on the $15 winner, you're welcome.
Well done.
Back to backs. And a $3.25 little topper. All right, and last week we did same game multis for goal kickers. This week we're going to do disposals.
Like it.
So we'll do the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday game. So for the Friday game, Footscray and Collingwood, we've got Nick Dacos to have 35 or more.
Like it.
I think he bounces back big time. Just explodes. Lets everyone know that he's the best player in the comp. Bailey Dale to have 25 or more. Ed Richards, best redhead in the comp, 25 or more. Dan Houston, 25 or more. That's it.
Like it.
The same gamer for Friday. On the Saturday, we go to Adelaide and the Bombers at the MCG. Got Zach Merritt to have 25 or more. Rory Laird moved back to halfback, 25 or more. Tan Caldwell to have 30 or more. Had like 36 last week, so he's in form. Saligo to have 20 or more. And Dylan Shield, who is off halfback, to have 20 or more. That's the Saturday disposal same game multi. And then on Saturday still, we've got Saints and Geelong at the sauna that is Marvel Stadium. Jack McRae, very good for you guys. 30 or more disposals. Jack Sinclair, 25 or more. Bailey Smith, your best friend, 20 or more disposals. Wanganeen Millera, 25 or more. And Max Holmes, 25 or more. Also added Jack Steele, 20 or more.
Like it.
That one's a bit thicker.
Yep.
That one is also on the feed. So all those are on Sportsbet's feed. We can go and follow me. Again, we had a good week last week. So we ride again.
Oh, big time.
Ride the ups. Hopefully there's ups. Let's just hope. But it's all there, Sportsbet's feed. Go and check it out. That's the round of football. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm optimistic. Thursday, we'll know about 11:30 where the Blues are at.
Yep.
It'll be all or nothing. Either we're back or the season's down the drain. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the Friday morning opportunity to come and front you guys again.
I don't know if excited's the word. I'm optimistic. I'm looking forward to it.
I think everyone is.
But I don't know about excited.
This game could break me. 0-2 is hard in this league. Especially when the leagues have been tighter. 0-2 is hard to come back from to play finals. You're now 8 points behind the ball. A win is important in every round this year. So let's see. Listen, we'll see you on Friday. We cannot wait to unpack Thursday's game, I think. I think. Enjoy the beers if you're on the game.
Yes,
I'll be
absolutely.
there. Enjoy your weekend if you don't tune in Friday to see the absolute melt that might happen. We'll see you soon, guys.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.